Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. So I'd like to welcome each one of you for this second day of Jhulan Utsav. You see the attendance is almost half or one-third? One-third. Half. Maybe it will increase a little bit when the Jhulan happens. It will increase a little more. Actual time, 8:30. But actually those of you who are here are the most fortunate. And unfortunately those people who are missing out, they don't know what they are missing out. Let's see quickly because we have very less time and we have to cover something very, very important, very profound. So yesterday we saw that how Krishna consciousness is a science, right? And we saw the definition of science, why do we need science, and how science fails, and how the same considerations existed 5,000 years back. What is my duty, what is good for me, and then we saw those three misconceptions that people have, and Prabhupada's statement and how he proves that, it's not about religion because religion can change, and if we are looking for permanent happiness, we can't find it in this temporary world. What is temporary cannot give permanent happiness. Okay, and then we saw this, because this is human life, meant for understanding what I am, Aham Brahmasmi, I'm not this body, I'm spirit, soul, and so on and so forth. We finished with that. And spreading the real science is Harinam Sankirtan. And we saw the example, accepting the real science. And there was a quote that we saw, and with that we ended. What are we going to do today? Yesterday, two of you raised hand who didn't have science, isn't it? Mataji and Shruti Mataji. So, I don't know how many of you had this in your school, but we used to have one test in our chemistry lab where they would ask us to find out whether this is basic or acidic, isn't it? That one. It is not litmus test. There is more to it, but first you have to ascertain what it is, whether it is basic or it is acidic, and then you have to come to which salt or which compound it is. And 99% of the cases that I have seen or come across in life, we all fail in that. It doesn't, you can't get it. The only way it is possible to get it is if you have good relationship with the lab assistant. Right? If you have a good relationship, he'll tell you, ye salt hai, ye acidic hai. And this is what it is. So he'll say, let's say this is sodium chloride, maybe the easiest. Then you have to go on writing everything related to sodium chloride. So you have to do that much of study to know what is sodium chloride, and you have to have that understanding so that you can write it when the person tells you. Unfortunately, if you don't know that, then you can't write, even if you know the answer. And then it will be proved that some cheating has been done. So what is the analogy, why I am talking about this? Similarly, actually our Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta is not based on how much of hard work we are doing, how much of sadhana we are doing, how much of services we are doing, or how much of reading we are doing, that we will receive the Lord. No. It is purely based on the mercy of previous acharyas, purely based on the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master. and the previous acharyas and the Vaishnavas. And there is no specific formula to receive the mercy. You can't just say, well, I've been chanting 16 rounds for last so many years, 3 years, 4 years, so I should get it. Or I've been attending Mangalarti without fail, I should get it. So does it mean that we should not chant, because it is, after all, it is boiling down to mercy? So if the acharyas or the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas decide that this person deserves mercy, let's give him mercy, and we will be fine and we will get the Lord. So we have to do it. As I said, unless you know the formula for sodium chloride or what has to be done after the lab assistant has told, you will not be able to write. So our sadhana is required, our chanting 16 rounds is required, our following 4 regulative principles is required only because when we are doing that, we are pleasing Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada has instructed us to chant 16 rounds, follow 4 regulative principles, and I am doing it. Please don't do that. If we do that, it is not that I am becoming purified by that, but by doing this, I am pleasing Srila Prabhupada and his mercy will help me. My sadhana doesn't have that strength. This is the mood of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And that mood has to be carried and understood properly. Today happens to be the disappearance day of Srila Rupa Goswami. Why are you wearing mask? Who is Rupa Goswami? Yeah. At least, okay, that's good. Who are the 6 Goswamis? Bhakta nahi, Bhatta. Sri Jiva Gopala. Bhatta Dasa Raghunath. Good, at least that song, if you can memorize or if you remember that stanza, then you will know the names of the 6 Goswamis. Anybody knows what is the pranam mantra for Rupa Goswami? Initiation liya hai na sir? First, second. Some are aspiring. In the Mangalacharan itself it is there. Bhagavad Gita. What is pranam mantra of Rupa Goswami? Sri Chaitanya Okay, repeat after me. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam. Something else, Mataji is chanting. Dadanti Swapadantikam. This is there in our Mangalacharan, and this is Bhagavad Gita. If you are reading properly Bhagavad Gita, you should always begin with the Mangalacharan, which we do every class in our advanced classes. We're just nodding head, but you have to memorize this. So what is so special about Rupa Goswami? Actually, our parampara is called Rupanugas, followers of Rupa Goswami. So who is Rupa Goswami? One of the 6 Goswamis. Rupa Goswami, one Goswami, little qualified, one of the 6 Goswamis. But who is he? What is so special about him? And what is the meaning of the pranam mantra that we just chanted? Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam. He understood the mood and the mind and the heart and the intent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So this is a prayer that you give me a little dust of that Rupa Goswami who could understand the mind of his Guru Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as well as the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. What he wanted to do in this material world was not known. It's very confidential. But Chaitanya, Rupa Goswami could understand that. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam. When that Rupa Goswami will give me mercy so that I can become a servant at his lotus feet. Very important verse. So who are these Goswamis? This is not the subject matter of this class, but we will discuss why these Goswamis are special, why they are so dear to the Supreme Lord. What is it that they have which makes them so special? That's what we would try to cover. You might be knowing Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who's the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, always glorifies Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur, he says, is the Veda Vyasa of Chaitanya Leela. Vrindavan Das Thakur, when he glorifies Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he speaks about this verse. You can repeat after me. Namah Trikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namaha Namah Trikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te Namaha. So Vrindavan Das Thakur is offering his respectful obeisances to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Trikala Satyaya, who knows the past, present and future, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Absolute Truth. Actually in Kali Yuga, if somebody wants to get delivered from the cycle of birth and death, and he doesn't have the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the most unfortunate, and extremely difficult. Very difficult to cross over this ocean of Kali Yuga if one doesn't know who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. And unfortunately, even if people are from India, they don't know who Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is. Who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? He's there in the altar, raising his hands. We don't know. Namah Trikala Satyaya is the Supreme Absolute Truth, who is present in the past, who is now present, and who is present in the future. Jagannatha Sutaya Cha. Who is Jagannath? Jagannath Tirthadas? Supreme Lord of the universe, residing in Puri temple. This is referring to Jagannath Mishra, father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his son. Namah Trikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Cha Sabhrityaya. And who else is paying his respectful obeisances? Sabhrityaya, his associates. Who are his associates? Nityananda Prabhu. Who else? No. That's going to come. Not yet come. Advaita Acharya and others, Swarup Damodar, so many servants and associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sabhrityaya. Saputraya. Who, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how many wives he had, Aryan? Why this question is really asked? Was he married at all? Never married. Brahmacharya, Akhanda Brahmacharya. 2 wives. Come on. No wife, you are saying Brahmachari, you are saying 2 wives. Okay, compare. One. माँ से बोलना पड़ेगा, मुंह से पता नहीं चल रहा है क्या हो रहा है. 1, okay. 2.5. 2 wives, okay. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord, comes, does wonderful pastimes. We consider him as our parampara. He is the Acharya who is coming. We don't know whether he is married or not. He had 2 wives. Sakalatraya. And how many children he had? 2 wives. should have at least 2 per wife. सोच के Saputraya is saying he had sons along with his sons. Go for it. Yes. No sons? No children? One? No children? One from each wife? Just one. Okay. You know the names of his wives? Anybody knows? फोन तो निकालने से मिल जाएगा. See, and we think we will go back home, back to Godhead, isn't it? Actually, we should do a very honest assessment of who we are and why we feel we are so privileged and so entitled for so many things. Why should we be? We don't know even the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life, his wife's names. Vishnu Priya and Lakshmi Priya. Saputraya, so one son, one answer, no sons, few answers. Search करने से क्या बता रहा है? लिखा है. Saputraya here is referring to the 6 Goswamis. He didn't have any son, but this this Goswamis were so dear to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sabhratyaya, Saputraya, Sakalatraya te namaha. O my Lord, you are eternally existing in the past, present and future. Yet you are the son of Sri Jagannath Mishra. I offer my repeated obeisances unto you along with your associates, your devotee servants, your sons, your Goswami disciples, or the process of devotional service such as the congregational chanting of the holy name and your concerts. Refers to Vishnu Priya, who is Bhu Sakti, and Lakshmi Priya, who is Sri Sakti. Namah Trikala Satyaya Jagannatha Sutaya Che Sabhrityaya Saputraya Sakalatraya Te. What is the name of our parampara? Which parampara are we in, Mukund? Who is Mukund? Mukund is. I asked Mukund the question. You're there. The first part. Rupanugas we are called, that's what I told. But what is the name of our parampara? Okay, Bhakta is raising hand. Okay, Bhakta, go for it. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Brahma is the first person who received the knowledge from Krishna. Then in that Sampradaya, the main Acharya who comes is Madhvacharya. And it is called Gaudiya Sampradaya because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also comes. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. The important thing is, anybody who wants to get out of the cycle of birth and death, which is not easy, to understand the principles of religion is not easy. One has to come in the Sampradaya and understand the mood of previous Acharyas. That is why Rupa Goswami is special, because he understood the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. For some of us, even chanting 16 rounds a day can become a burden. Coming to temple, doing some service on time becomes a burden, becomes a challenge. Because we don't know what is the mood of our Acharya, what they want. They want us to get liberated from this. For that, there is a process they have created. But to understand that, unless somebody comes in Sampradaya and, has that simplicity in the heart, the simplicity is the key. At the moment, actually, this whole material society, the education system is trying to make people more complicated, more duplicitous, so that we don't get these things. Whole education system is like that, how to make complicated. So when you come to understand some spiritual knowledge, so many doubts. Why? Who? Ha? Who? He? And the mind is so distracted, we go back. It has to be, the Guru is a transparent via media who transfers this intent of the Lord directly to the conditioned living entity. But to receive that, a person has to be simple at heart. Everything else will fall in place. That simplicity is what we lack. There is a story which comes about Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur, who is he? कोई आंसर ही नहीं दे. You can go for it. Who's Narottam Das Thakur? Any song of his that we know? Shainarthi is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Is it Narottam Das Thakur? Really? Guru Vandana, Guru Puja that we sing is Narottam Das Thakur's. Narottam Das Thakur has written a song, a composition called Prarthana. So this Narottam Das Thakur, when he was present in this material world, once he saw that there were two young boys, they were carrying one goat, each one of them, for some kind of a sacrifice. They were very young, they were looking very cute, very nice, very strong. And they were carrying these goats. Looking at those two boys, he thought, I don't know how so sinful these people are, how ignorant they are, they don't know what they are doing. It will be so nice if they can become devotees of Krishna. He just desired. And those two boys looked at Narottam Das Thakur, and then somehow they were tired and they went and took some bath in the river nearby. When they came out of the river, immediately there was a transformation in their heart. And they came and fell down at the feet of Narottam Das Thakur, saying that, would you accept us as your disciples? So when a guru decides that the kripa should be bestowed on someone, and the person is simple at heart, then there is a transformation of the heart which takes place. The intention from the guru's heart goes to the disciple's heart. Immediately the transformation happens. So the whole parampara of this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya is fully based on this one principle. We have to ask for mercy. We have to become a deserving recipient of the mercy. It is not in our hand. It is a causeless mercy. But still we have to prepare. It's like going to the visa interview where you have to go prepared. But whether you will get or not, it's not up to you. So what should we do? We should pray, we should cry, we should follow in the footsteps of this Goswamis. There is a very beautiful verse which comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, Echaya Guru Siksha Guru E Amar, Tan Savara Pada Padme Koti Namaskar. These six are my instructing spiritual masters, and therefore I offer millions of respectful obeisances unto their lotus feet. And Prabhupada writes one line purport, by accepting the six Goswamis as his instructing spiritual masters, the author specifically makes it clear that one should not be recognized as a Gaudiya Vaishnava if he is not obedient to them. By accepting the six Goswamis as his instructing spiritual masters. Who's writing this? Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Actually, the mind is crazy. I'm telling you, half an hour, please spend here. Don't think about your problems in life. Problems will never go in life. But this half an hour, 45 minutes that you're spending, if you're attentive, it will make a huge difference. By accepting the six Goswamis as his instructing spiritual masters, the author specifically makes it clear that one should not be recognized as a Gaudiya Vaishnava if he is not obedient to them. And who are the six Goswamis? That is mentioned in the previous verse. Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha, Sri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunatha. My instructing spiritual masters are Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Bhatta Raghunath, Sri Jiva Goswami, Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. The importance of parampara is given at various places. There's one reference here, but before I go there, I want to tell you that, the practice of religion, dharma, is not easy at all. Very difficult, very, very difficult. This science of Krishna consciousness, to practice it in our life, it's a very complicated, it's not easy, very advanced thing. Anybody knows how we can know the principles of religion. Where is it stored? That itself is a big hint. Where is the principles of religion stored? Anybody else? Yes. Dharmasya tattva nihitam guhaya mahajano yena gatasya pantha. We may read scriptures. Scriptures are all available. But to understand the intricacies of religion, how to apply them in our life, it is stored, it is there in the hearts of the pure devotees. Dharmasya tattva nihitam guhaya. Who mahajana yena gatasya pantha. Who are the mahajanas? We had so many plays. Who are the mahajanas? Not bad. Okay. Anybody? So this is the verse that we all know. At least we somehow remember. Swayambhu Narada Sambhu Kumaraha Kapilo Manuhu Prahlado Janako Bhismo Balir Vayasakir Bayam. Swayambhu is Brahma. Narada is Narada Muni. Sambhu is Sambhu. Sambhu is Shiva. So three are over. Swayambhu, Narada, Sambhu. Brahma, Narada and Shiva. Kumara, the four Kumaras. They are one. So four. Kapila is fifth. Sixth is Manu. Seventh is Prahlad. Eighth is Janaka. Ninth is Bhisma. 10th is Bali. 11th is Vayasaki. Yamaraj. Vayasaki. Yama ही होगा. और कोई? Vayasaki is Sukadev Goswami. Vayasaki is the son of Vyasadev. So he did tapasya in one place by which he got the name Vayasaka, and his son is Vayasaki. Sukadev Goswami. Vayam, that Vayam is Yamaraj. That becomes 12. Swayambhur Naradaha Sambhu Kumara Kapilo Manuho Prahlado Janaka Bhismo Balir Vayasakir Bayam. We know all this, all of us we know this verse. Very important is the next verse which comes. Dvadasa ite vijanimo dharma bhagavatam bhataha guhyam visuddham durbodham yam gyatvam mratamasnute. It's very powerful. Actually, there are three adjectives which are used for this dharma. Bhagavata dharma is guhyam. It's very confidential, not easy. You can't just get it just like that. Visuddham is extremely pure. And durbodham is very difficult to understand, very difficult to understand this. Durbodham is not easily understood. If you read the translation, my dear servants, this transcendental religious principle, which is known as Bhagavata Dharma, or surrender unto the Supreme Lord and love for Him, is uncontaminated by material modes of nature. It is very confidential, difficult for ordinary human beings to understand, but if by chance one fortunately understands it, he is immediately liberated, and thus he returns home back to Godhead. So it is very confident. Guhyam, durbodham, very difficult to understand. But interestingly, if you pay attention, what he is telling is, Yamaraj, this conversation is happening between whom? Very good. Yamaraj and Yamadutas. So Yamaraj is telling Dvadasa ite vijanimo. Only the 12 of us know this. Dvadasa ite vijanimo. Right? If you see the word meaning, vijanima, no. Only this 12. This 12 of us, this Mahajanas, we know this. Dharmam Bhagavatam Bhatta. So this dharma, this Bhagavata dharma is only known to us. So what is the hope for us? So this Yamadutas, they asked, why don't you share? Because they had gone and they were thinking Ajamila was the most sinful person, and they tied him, they were bringing him for punishment. Suddenly they were stopped. Never ever it has happened. So they thought, who is the real authority? If there are so many authorities who are giving directions, there will be confusion. Maybe I am trying to give punishment to someone, somebody else will override that. And he will say, no, this person should be pardoned. Or if there is a punishment given by me, somebody else is telling there is another way that you can repent and you can come out of your sinful actions. There is always going to be a clash. Who is the real person? And that's where he's telling that there is a Supreme Lord who's there, but we 12 people are Mahajanas who knows the confidential truth. But I am revealing this to you. So the question paper got leaked. You didn't come for the chemistry exam that we had before, where some of them were there. But this is leaked question paper. So that's how we also have the access to this confidential religious principles. The very next verse, actually it's a very beautiful verse. Etavan eva lokesmin purusham dharma parasprata bhakti yogo bhagavati tan nama granadibhi. See, these are not some verses that you pick just to fill your class. These are all very confidential things. The process that we are following is 100% bona fide. Etavan eva lokesmin purusha dharma parasprataha. Know that this is the highest religion, this the one that I am just going to share with you. What is that? Bhakti yoga bhagavati tan nama grananadibhi. So devotional service beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in human society. Who's telling this? We just started discussing. Who's telling? Yamaraj is telling to Yamadutas. He's sharing this. Devotional service beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is the ultimate religious principle for the living entity in human society. He is not saying for Indians, for Brahmanas. Pumsam dharma parasprata. Know that this is the highest religious principle. So these things are not easy, not some, something which is very easily accessible. These are confidential things which is durbodham, very difficult to fathom. And this is guhyam. And mind you, one other thing which our Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta, or Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara is very unique and very, very particular about, is that we never go against our Guru, Sadhu and Sastra. You want a cross-reference of this? Because this is Yamaraj talking to Yamadutas in 6th canto. Is there any other reference? You see this line, Etavan eva lokesmin pumsam dharma parasmrita. Same words is used by Prahlad Maharaj when he is instructing to his demoniac friends. Etavan eva lokesmin pumsa swartha parasmrita. The real selfish interest lies in this. Etavan eva lokesmin. Know for sure. What is that? Ekanta bhaktir govinde yat sarvatra tadikshanam. In this material world, to render service to the lotus feet of Govinda, the cause of all causes, and to see him everywhere is the only goal of life. This much alone is the ultimate goal of human life, as explained by all the revealed scriptures. So actually it is not easy to understand. And this can only be revealed only by the mercy of pure devotees and by the mercy of the Sampradaya. The Sampradaya plays a very important role. People can take up to this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra somewhere, taking it from here and there. They may get dharma, they may get some artha, they may get some kama, they may get moksha. If you don't mind, can you take it? Can we just... But to get bhakti, to get Krishna prema in the heart, that is not possible. That is only possible by coming in touch with the Sampradaya. And we have 8:14, so I always take the liberty of 6 minutes. 8:20 we will close. Pay attention why this Sampradaya is so important. Because there is that mercy which they preserve, that they pass it on. And if we are not recipient, like imagine, there is rain which is falling and you're carrying an umbrella. So is the rainwater falling on your head? Yes, it is falling, but it is indirectly, because you are carrying an umbrella, you're not getting wet. Mercy of the Lord is coming. It's always flowing. But to become a recipient of the mercy, we have to come in a parampara and receive the mercy from these acharyas. Because they carry this confidential principle in their heart. And that they pass it on. And the 6 Goswamis, they understood the real purport, the intent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they passed it on to the next generations. So very interestingly, I wanted to show you it's a very, just for your interest, people are anyway very distracted in this world, right? Somebody comes, somebody makes some noise, our whole attention goes there. Some people come late, some people come at any time that they feel they can walk in. Anyway, 8 o'clock is this thing, no? So other people who are sitting here, they look at them and they feel, pura, the whole class is gone, over. But please, please, I beg you, it is not my knowledge, it's not that I am very realized, but this knowledge can help us. But to receive this knowledge, I have to be prepared. It's just not some very trivial, frivolous thing, very serious thing, very, very serious thing. And we feel that, just because we are initiated, we are chanting some 16 rounds or something, we are some very capable person, we need to, I'm not called, I'm a very special person, what is happening to me? No, we are nothing. So that's why the role models for us is this Goswamis. And they exhibit very powerful Vaishnava qualities which we need to imbibe. One thing which I want to say, because I don't want to go to the Sampradaya, but if you are interested in knowing what the role of Sampradaya is, read this. This is in the Garbhastuti. When the demigods come and see the Lord in Devaki's womb and offer these wonderful prayers. 10.2.31. Very beautiful prayer. I don't want to get into this, but I want to speak about something else which talk about what are those special thing about this Goswamis which make them unique. What is it that they have and what is it that we can learn? There is no such place that you will find these things, but I thought these are the embodiments, what this Goswamis stand for, or who are this, if you have to define them. The first thing that they have is eagerness for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Strong eagerness. You see, I told you how many people are here today compared to yesterday. Some people think, ho gaya na, kal aake ek bar jhula jhul diya na bas, aur kya chahiye. Some people think, 4 दिन है, Saturday को आ जाएंगे, Sunday आ जाएंगे. Deep eagerness. Oh my God, that eagerness that they have. तीव्रेण भक्ति योगेन. इधर मेरा बच्चा रो रहा है, मेरा बच्ची है, उसको खाना खिलाना है, मेरे को उसको स्विमिंग को लेना है, मेरा घर में मेरा बीवी है, हस्बैंड है, उनको छोड़ के मैं कैसे आऊँ? Then Krishna Bhakti is not for you. There is a prayer which Rupa Goswami writes. O people of this world, if you are attached to your family members, your children, parents, husband, your wife, don't go to Kesi Ghat. Don't go to Kesi Ghat, because there is one person who is standing there in 3-folded forms and playing his flute in a sidelong glance. He is giving the sidelong glance. Because if you go there, you'll automatically become detached from all these things. So don't go there. You will go there, you're gone. It's over. Better, if you have attachment for your family and all, you'll be here in this material world. The first thing that they exhibit is eagerness for the Lord. Strong, deep eagerness. Oh, we say that the 6 principles of surrender is anukulyasya sankalpa pratikulyasya varjanam. Right? But they were in the most unfavorable situations. Rupa and Sanatan, they were serving the Muslims. They always used to feel how lowly we are. Though they are Saraswat Brahmin from Karnataka, they always used to feel, we are serving mlechas. We are associating with them. What is our position? But they were always eager to meet the Supreme Lord. Second thing, how they were following the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How strict in their vows. Oof. Sanatana Goswami, despite the fact that he was very old, never ever gave up on this idea of doing the parikrama. Always very strict on following the instructions. We come one day, we think, yesterday I slept late, I had so much of service. If you want, you can please take her away. We don't want to get disturbed in the class. Either you can keep quiet for just 5 minutes, and otherwise, you can go out. So Sanatana Goswami is very strict in his vows. All these Goswamis, very strict in following the instructions. Third thing that these Goswamis talk about or exhibit in their way, in the way they led their life, detachment, vairagya, deep vairagya. They were all very, very rich aristocratic people, lot of wealth, lot of money. They were all brahmacharis. They gave up everything. Detachment is a principle which attracts the Lord. Lord gets attracted by that. Oh, this person is detached. Not easy. You think the devotees who join the temple is a small thing, very big thing. Even though the person is not convinced, he is coming for some small time, this thing, the Lord gets notice. He makes a notice of this. Oh, he's showing detachment. Then bhajana nishtha. They were very, very strong determination to do their bhajan, nishtha, with firm faith and conviction. Then there is a mood of biraha. They were never thinking that we've received the Lord. We are always with it. They were always thinking how sinful, how fallen we are. We are suffering in this material world in the absence of the Lord. 821. Humility is the sixth one, and complete surrender. Humility is another thing we will see, if possible, in the next 2-3 days that we have. We will see these qualities, how they have exhibited. I'll finish with one verse today about the eagerness of this Goswamis. I know it's already time. Just 1 minute we will take and we'll finish this. Of course, it will not happen in 1 minute, but still, let's give it a try. So this eagerness, if you really want to know, how eager should we be to Krishna? How eager should we be to go back to home, back to Godhead? There is a prayer which comes in the 6th canto by Vritrasur. So he's saying, Ajata Paksha Iva Matram Khaga Stanyam Yatha Vastarasah Kshut Artaha Priyam Priyeva Vishitam Vishanna Mano Aravindaksha Titrikshate Tvam. There are 3 examples that he gives. Ajata Paksha Iva Mataram Khagaha. Ajata Paksha. How many of you have seen a nest of a bird's nest? You've seen. And when the birds lay eggs and then, the bird hatches it, the small, what do you call those? Chicks, okay. When they come out, they'll not have the wings. Have you seen them anytime? When the birds protect. So he's saying no. You can't see it in Boston. He said yes. Okay. Where did you see? At your home here or in Bangalore? Here. You saw a bird's nest. Interesting. Where? Ghar mein. Ghar ke side mein. Anyway, if you see those small little chicks, whatever you call them, very small, tiny, they eagerly look forward to where is the mother when she is going to come with some food. Very desperate. Ajata Paksha Iva Mataram Khaga. Khaga means they're scared also. If somebody else comes and attacks, what will happen to them? So they very eagerly call, and there's nothing else. But then Vritrasur says, even this example is not perfect. Because, when this cheese, the chicks, when they grow up, they become, the wings develop and all, they are no more dependent. Don't laugh. There's nothing to laugh here. It's a very serious business. Ajata Paksha Iva Mataram Khaga. So, the chicks, when they grow up, they'll forget about their mother. The attraction reduces because they have grown up. Then he gives the next example. Stanyam Yatha Vastarasaha Kshudartha. How many of you have seen like a calf when the cow has given birth to a calf, the baby calf? Okay. Madhav has seen, you see. Okay, in India, when the calf is born, we had some cows in our house, I know. The calf is not allowed to, the calf is allowed to drink the milk of the mother cow for 21 days, and after that they separate him. They separate the calf, because they have to milk the cow. So you see, stanyam yatha vastarasah kshudartah. Here the intensity when the calf is separated, it will be shouting, ma, ma, ma. How does it? Ma, ma, it does, isn't it? Hama, 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 it does. And the cow also, it will be eagerly waiting when that calf will be released so that it can come and take the milk. So stanyam yatha vastarasa kshudartha. You see the intensity. Ajata Paksha Iva Mataram Khaga Stanyam Yatha Vistarasa Kshudartha. This is more intense. If you have seen any time, the calf will be tied, mother will be somewhere else grazing some grass. But if thinks of the calf, then immediately it becomes very helpless and desperate and just shouts. But then still, Vritrasura is saying this is not enough, because when the calf grows up, it stops drinking, the cow will lick the calf for some time, and the calf has grown, then it will not be any more dependent on the mother. Priyam Priyeva Bhushitam Vishanna. The next one, it is mentioned about a chaste wife. Chaste wife, when she is alone and the husband is not at home, oh, she'll be thinking, when the husband will come, when he'll come, I'll serve him nicely. Priyam Priyeva Vishutam Vishanna. Mano Aravindaksha Ditrikshate Tvam. My mind, let it be attracted to you, to your lotus feet like that. That eagerness was there in all the 6 Goswamis. Deeply, very eager. Jhulan ho raha hai. वो last year किया था. Same eagerness. There is a verse which comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, with this we will close, which talks about Rupa Goswami writing constantly letters, constantly, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please accept me. We have fallen, we are lying here in this material world, rotting. Somehow, Chaitanya, how many times he has written, तुम्हारा हृदय आम्ही जानी पत्री द्वारे तुम्हा सिखाईते श्लोको पठाईला तुम्हारे. By your letters I could understand your umpteen number of letters. The moment they heard that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come and he has started his Sankirtan movement, constantly writing, I could understand your heart. Todo. Therefore, in order to teach you, I sent you one verse which reads as follows. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, we will see tomorrow. Jhulan Utsav Mahamahotsav ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Swami Pad ki, Sat Goswami Prabhu ki. Nitai Gaur Premanande.